What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on first take, they're going to be talking about, can the San Francisco 49ers make it to the Super Bowl without home field advantage? So let's see what they have to say about that.
Can they reach the Super Bowl, Jimmy Garoppolo at the helm with that defense, if they do not have home field advantage? They got to win out to do it.
No, I don't think they can, and I don't think Garoppolo's the problem, to tell you the truth. When I look at the Niners, underneath it all, they're the best team. Their point differential is much larger, meaning fundamentally they're better than all the other teams in the NFC. Here's the problem. When they've lost their 3 games, it's always on the last possession. It's the defense that doesn't give a chance for Garoppolo to get it back, right? Okay, now, in that scenario, they are likely to have to play at least 2 of the 3 scenarios. Ready? Drew Brees at the Superdome, and either Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau or Russell Wilson at Seattle. Like, if you have to play 2 of those 3 situations and your defense has broken in the moment of truth 3 times in the season, the quarterback hasn't even had a shot to get it back, I don't see them going to Lambeau and beating Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees.
Well, listen.
So I think Max is wrong here. So the San Francisco 49ers have had no trouble winning on the road this year. They're 6-1 on the road. And as far as the teams they might have to face in the playoffs, so they already beat the Saints at their house. The Niners beat Green Bay in San Francisco, but if they have to play Green Bay at their house, they'll have all the momentum going into that game. And as far as Seattle, they lost to Seattle at San Francisco, but the last game of the year, they play Seattle, which will be in 2 weeks at Seattle. So if they can beat Seattle at Seattle in 2 weeks, they'll have all the momentum going into the playoffs. And today they played the Rams. So I definitely think the 49ers are capable of taking care of business and just doing what they have to do. Granted, their defense does need to step it up, but they're more than capable of putting in work on the road. So let's continue.
I can understand, but here's the deal. Couple of things to take into consideration. Number one, when you're talking about a playoff team aiming for a Super Bowl berth, what's the ingredient to success? An elite defense and an elite running game. And if you want to add a third category, it's an elite play caller. They've got a defense. They've got cats that can rush the passer. They've got a secondary led by Richard Sherman. They've got a running game with Breida and Tevin Coleman and those
Sherman's
boys.
got to get healthy.
Okay, yeah, he will. He will. That's why he's resting now. And then, of course, you got Kyle Shanahan. Now, the question is about porn star Jimmy. I mean, we do have to take that into consideration here, all right? The fact of the matter is he's the one question mark. That's right, I said it. Porn star Jimmy. I did not stutter. And, oh, by the way, it is not an insult to call him that. The bottom line is this, though. When you look at him, he's the question mark because I don't think there's anything else you can question. You ain't questioning Deebo Samuels. You ain't questioning Emmanuel Sanders. You damn sure ain't questioning George Kittle. He might be the best tight end in football between him and Travis Kelce. You've got an elite defense. And so when you look at it from that perspective, hey, can't ignore that. Both of you.
Okay, so this whole thing about Jimmy Garoppolo being the weakest link of the 49ers, I can see that. I can understand that. But that doesn't really mean much because the 49ers are a strong team. So like I said, the 49ers are a strong team. If your weak link is Jimmy Garoppolo, they're going to be just fine. And as far as the 3 games that they lost, look who they lost to. So they lost to Seattle, Baltimore, and Atlanta. 2 of those teams are Super Bowl caliber type teams. Seattle, they can definitely give the Niners a run for their money, and they already have. And Baltimore, they might face Baltimore in the Super Bowl if things work out perfectly for the San Francisco 49ers. Lamar Jackson is no joke. He's probably going to be the MVP. And Atlanta, they shouldn't have lost to Atlanta. What was it, last week? I don't know what's going on with that. But like I said, they've only lost 3 times to major competitors, Seattle and Baltimore. So I think they can the 49ers are definitely more than capable of putting in work. And the teams that they lost to were high-powered teams. So I think the 49ers definitely have what it takes to make some moves in the next month or 2. So let's continue.
Have gotten much too expansive. They can't reach without home field advantage because they're losing to the Eagles right here. They lose to the Eagles in round 1. They've got to beat the Eagles. He's talking.
So I think this guy's absolutely tripping. I'm pretty sure the 49ers can take care of the Eagles. I'm pretty sure they can do that. What they really need to be worried about is taking care of the NFC East with the Dallas Cowboys. Because I have a feeling that the Dallas Cowboys can go ahead and beat up on the Philadelphia Eagles. But let's continue.
That Drew Brees and Russell Wilson, they've got to come to Philly and win the game first.
But don't Philly have to beat the Cowboys first?
Well, that's without saying they're going to beat the Cowboys. Overtime to get by the New York Football Giants.
Like I said, the Philadelphia Eagles got other things to worry about in the playoffs. They need to worry about the Dallas Cowboys because they're both coming in at 7-7, 500. So I don't know. I think that Dak Prescott's hungry. That team has got something to prove. They're definitely going to try to take some moves. And like I said, Dak Prescott's trying to get that bag. He's trying to get that contract money. So if he can win the NFC East, keep his team above 500, that'd be great bargaining chips for him when they talk about his contract again. So I would definitely look out for the Dallas Cowboys and beating the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, the Philadelphia Eagles are depleted in weapons. So I definitely see the Dallas Cowboys winning that game coming up shortly. So let's continue.
Max, the line is shrinking to 1. Eagles outright. Boy, that was not very enthusiastic, y'all.
That wasn't very enthusiastic at all. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that there's 3 teams that I could see beating up on the Philadelphia Eagles, and that would be the San Francisco 49ers, the New Orleans Saints, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Green Bay Packers. So I don't know what this guy is talking about, like the Philadelphia Eagles are just going to come in and start stomping everybody. Like I said, they just need to worry about getting past Dallas Cowboys, and then everything after that they can, make some move towards. But I don't know. Let's continue.
That was not very enthusiastic. Say it with your chest if you really believe it.
I just think that when you look, think about it. We're a few weeks removed from talking about San Francisco being the class of the NFL.
Yes.
But they lost the thriller at Baltimore. Remember, that's a 10 a.m. game for them.
Yeah,
and then after that, you got to take into account some injuries. And then and it wasn't just to Sherman, it was to Breida as well. And so when you look at it from I'm just saying take health into consideration.
No doubt.
Assume they're all going to be there.
And
to me, they could beat anybody. They could beat anybody.
The Niners had some bad luck. Like if you're going up against Julio Jones, and by the way, you need instant replay to know that he even beat you with Sherman not on the field. You're a great team. I get that. They ran into some bad luck. The fact is, go on the road and beat Brees at the Superdome, Rodgers at Lambeau, and or Russell Wilson at Seattle in the same playoffs. That's hard.
Molly,
Yeah, Max, like I said, that's hard to do because there's some high-powered teams. But like I said, they already beat the Saints at their house. They already beat the Green Bay Packers at San Francisco, so they have all the momentum going in if they have to go to Green Bay. And Seattle, they lost to Seattle at San Francisco, but like I said, they can redeem themselves in the last game of the year, which will be in 2 weeks, and when they play Seattle at Seattle. If they can take care of Seattle at Seattle, they'll have a ton of momentum going into the playoffs. So let's continue.
And they've got Rams Seahawks to win out.